In 2023, mechanical watches have become luxury items. Worn with pride or kept in safe boxes, for most of today's men and women, they are not instruments anymore, being as relevant nowadays as newspapers. Yet, when you're in the middle of nowhere for who knows how long, away from electricity and convenience, you need some good old mechanical engineering. You need a watch that will keep beating as long as you keep moving. You need a watch that can take a beating. This is Gruppo Gamma's latest affordable watch, the Venturo Field 3 GMT.
So what you want?
The third iteration of Gruppo Gamma's affordable entry-level collection Venturo is aligned to the current trend of downsizing, being the smallest timepiece the Singapore brand have ever produced at 40mm case width. There are two NH35 powered field watches, one grey and one black, while the GMT version can be ordered with or without a date. Not only is the Venturo 3 smaller, but its price has also shrunk from Gruppo Gamma's Venturo 2. At first sight, you'll still have to pay $360 for the strap option, just as in the case of the previous model, but a hidden discount brings down the price of the watch by approximately 17%. In my reviews, I will only include packaging that can actually serve a purpose, and once the polyurethane mold is removed, this case can be very useful for storing stuff. Onto the watch, this might be one of the best incarnations of the term beater, as its robust build is guaranteed to meet all challenges posed by wearing it non-stop. There are no subtle variations in the finishing or light-catching chamfers. This all-brushed piece seems to have been built by a survivalist, and it will surely appeal to those favoring substance over style. There is some style on this watch though, and it's mostly showcased on the dial, where the Panerai font and outlay of the numerals, together with a very well balanced 4 lines of text and a matching red GMT hand, give this watch a very clear and coherent identity. I am very pleased with not having a rotative bezel on this watch. Rotative bezels on a GMT make sense only if you have an internal 24-hour track, enabling the bezel to help you track a third time zone. Not having the internal 24-hour track gives the rotating bezel on a GMT a gimmicky aspect that, as a tool watch lover, I can definitely live without. The 20 atmosphere rated screw-down crown is well proportioned, and using it is pleasing as it's both easy to operate and very precise, with one notable exception I'll get to speak about later. The case back is also designed for function, as its somewhat gritty texture will keep the watch in place even if you decide to wear it a bit loose. When given the option, I will always choose to buy the watch on a bracelet, as sourcing a quality strap is simply easier than finding good steel that would also fit the watch. That being said, there's a trend I'm noticing lately, using a very distinctive case shape where there's a straight line between the lugs. I've seen this on some of Zelos and Boulder latest model too, so it might be a sign these Singapore brands are using the same manufacturer. It also means that most aftermarket bracelets with straight end links should fit in quite nicely. The Venturo bracelet is very flexible, with 3-piece links that you can easily stack upon each other, tied together by screws and small enough to allow you to get a perfect fit. The clasp is rather rudimentary, but does its job. There are 4 micro adjustment holes, but the signed fold-over safety clasp needs some nail power to undo. Of course, there's no watch without flaws, and Venturo's first one might not even be one of their own. Remember me saying the crown action is very precise with one notable exception? Well, look at the GMT hand and the half-hour backplay it manifests when setting it. Now, it might be the NH34, but I have only handled two other watches using the Seiko caliber and I don't remember having this issue. While using the watch, the GMT hand will hit its markers accurately, but my OCD is already triggered. The second gripe I have with this watch is something that I was fully aware of and yet it didn't stop me from buying it. And I've seen this on other GMTs as well, why would you apply lume on the GMT hand and leave the bezel dark? Unless you memorize the 24-hour scale, it takes valuable seconds to determine the second time zone while in the dark. Not the end of the world, but enough to ruin a perfect score when it comes down to functionality. The lume shot might not be something to write home about, but in real life I was able to tell the time with ease after spending more than 6 hours in the dark. The indices are the first to vanish, but the hands have enough BGW9 applied to last for the whole night. Sized to my 20cm wrist, the watch weighs 152 grams, so it wears quite comfortably, with the help of the flexible bracelet. The built-in quick-release pins will help you shed even more weight by wearing the watch on a leather strap, but I believe this is a bracelet watch. So, is this a go anywhere, do anything watch? No, it's not something to pair with a black tie unless you're really eccentric, but a tool truly worth of being called a field watch, something that could belong in everyone's EDC, and for the price it really should.